Is speaking in tongues in the Bible always recognizable human languages? I've heard a lot of well-meaning Christians, say that other people are just speaking gibberish. They're not doing what's biblical, right? But I want to actually read you a verse that contradicts that. 1 Corinthians 14 verse 2 says, "For he who speaks in a tongue does not speak to men, but to God, for no one understands him." So you need to realize there's different types of speaking in tongues. Most people think about Acts 2 when the disciples or the apostles were preaching the gospel and everyone heard them speaking in their own language. And that's one kind, but here it's saying you don't speak to men, but to God. What is speaking to God? It's prayer, right? And the question becomes, no one understands him. So if no one can understand him, not even anyone who could speak the language could, because it says no one can understand him. So it's not a humanly language. And actually the chapter before in 1 Corinthians 13, it talks about tongues of men and tongues of angels. So there's earthly tongues and there's heavenly tongues. There's a difference, right? So now, why do we speak in tongues? What's the point of it? And actually, verse 4 in chapter 14 gives us the answer. It says, "He who speaks in a tongue edifies himself." Now the word edify in the Greek is closer related to our word for recharge, like recharging a battery. So you're building yourself up. You're building up your spirit man by speaking in tongues. That's the reason for why we do it, or at least one of the reasons. And we should all do it. The Bible says that we should not forbid to speak in tongues. It's a command. And later on, actually in verse 5, it says, "I wish you all spoke with tongues." So speak in tongues.